every day, and I'm still so amazed by you. So hold me tight through the night. I know it's nothing new, but it's so good to see you. We do this every day, and I'm still so amazed by you. So hold me tight through the night. I know it's nothing new, but it's so good to see you. We do this every day, and I'm still so amazed by you. So hold me tight through the night. I know it's nothing new, but it's so good to see you.
That's from off after a while? Yeah.
We do this every day, and I'm still so amazed by you. So hold me tight through the night. I know it's nothing new, but it's so good to see you.
Hey everybody, welcome to Jerry and Jamie 2 Up. I'm Jerry.
And I'm Jamie.
And we're back for episode number 15.
Yes.
So we've that's crazy that we've got 15 of these in the books.
I know.
So it's a beautiful Wednesday night.
Yep.
How was your day today?
It has been a tiring week, folks. We had conferences on Monday, so I was there until 7 o'clock in the evening, and it just has been busy, busy, busy. But yesterday we got to celebrate our 20th anniversary.
Yes, indeed. Hey, Joe, how are you, buddy? Yep, 20 years we celebrated. So we went out dinner, had sushi, did all that fun stuff.
Yep.
But so as you guys know, we try to do this show within 25 to 40 minutes or so.
Ish.
It depends on how much we get chatting and that sort of thing. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We got a little bit to talk about today, and some really cool news from Honda came out today. So we're going to chat about that a little bit. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the first look Honda. We're going to talk about Rendezvous in the Ozarks that we went to this week or last weekend. And our main topic is going to be our 2-Up Sport touring bikes going the way of the Dinosaur. And so that's a question that I think we should all be asking ourselves, especially those of us that ride 2-Up together.
Yep.
Then we're going to talk about her scooter, what we're doing with that. We're going to talk about the Byway Boogie, and then we'll move along. So, Joe, you are exactly right. Sushi's always good, and we appreciate that.
Yep.
So the first thing we're going to look at, folks, is Honda has decided to jump back into the game of the sport touring bike. So some of you may have thought they did that with the NT 1100, but I think we both can agree that that bike's more on the touring side of things than quote unquote sport touring. What do you think?
I think it's a fine line, and I think the NT is rather sporty. In my mind, if you're just talking tourer, I'm thinking Goldwing and the big GT from BMW.
Right.
But in my mind, I'm thinking ours is a sport tourer.
Well, which is true, and I think that's the question that we all have to ask ourselves, right?
Right.
Where is that market going? I know some people, there's like you said, there's a fine line between it. But this week it was announced that the CB1000 GT, based on the Hornet frame, will be coming to America. And last week we talked about the retro bike. Well, this week they're talking about the sport touring bike, and it is it looks really cool.
I like
And
the black better than the white.
yeah, I do too. I think I'm sure we're going to hear more about it at EICMA. They did talk about it in Japan last week, but I mean, I really like the TFT. It looks like it's going to be, like I said, going to be based on the Hornets frame, so 150 horsepower. So it looks like it's going to have plenty of power. Again, there's a couple things on here that would keep me from purchasing it, and we'll kind of go into that situation and talk about that in a little bit.
It looks a little bit like the Versus.
It does, kind of the way the headlights are.
The front end, yeah.
The way the headlights are and everything. But it looks like it's going to come with adventure style bags, which on this bike looks pretty good, to be honest with you. I've never thought about putting them on the NT, but I kind of,
it wouldn't be the right look.
Yeah, I like the top loading part of the bags. I guess no. Jamie's mixing that idea. And so the CB 1000 GT, like I said, it's going to have, now the one thing that it's going to do is they want to come in at a price point of around $14,000 to $15,000, which I think is good. So you won't have all the electronic suspension, the adaptive cruise control, that sort of thing on the first couple of years. But you will have everything else. So it'll have, traction control, rider modes, cornering ABS, all that cool stuff. This one's actually going to have Apple CarPlay on it. So it's going to have some of the features, but not all of the features of some of the loaded Yamaha GT Tracer and some of the bikes. But it's also not going to have a $20,000 price tag, $19,000 price tag like some of those bikes have.
So in other words, you get what you pay for?
Well, you do and you don't, because some people don't like all those gadgets.
That's true.
Right? We've done fine without, electronic suspension for years, right? So it's not one of those things that you have to have.
No, but would you go backward?
We did go backwards. We don't have electronic suspension on the NT.
Oh, but we did on the Versus.
But we did on the Versus, yeah.
Yeah, but you've got the automatic paddle shifter now.
Well, DCT, which is different, right? Some people don't want that. So these bikes aren't DCT. It is quick shifter, that sort of thing. But yeah, it's just, we're in a golden age. We get to have a bunch of choices, which is really good, which I think is what's really kind of cool about these type of motorcycles. So, but yeah, so we're looking forward to seeing more about this and what they're going to do. Like Honda, when some say they're boring, which they are a little bit, but they're very reliable. And again, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing. I'm glad they're back in the market. I'm glad they're back to bringing out motorcycles, because I think for a while there, they forgot what the sport touring and touring segment of the market was. So I think that they're there. So that kind of brings us to this week's topic, and our two up sport touring bikes going the way of the Dinosaur. And I guess we could just say our sport touring bikes going the way of the Dinosaur. So out of all these bikes on the cover, we owned a C14. Mm-hmm. We really liked the FJR. There was, the BMW RT, old school BMW RT was great. The 1600 BMW, to me, it's a little too big, but it's I think that's more in the flux of the Goldwing myself. But when we were looking for sport touring bikes, we especially this time around, I think there's kind of what they call sport touring adventure bikes, which is kind of like the Versus and the Stelvio, the Moto Guzzi Stelvio, the Suzuki GSX, the Ducati Multistrada, the GS, all those are great, quote unquote, sport touring motorcycles, but just on an adventure frame. Mm-hmm. I think that a lot of the bikes have just gotten away from the touring part of it, which is kind of weird because we're all getting older. So you'd think that we would want more.
Well, but I think they're trying to keep things lean and sleek and not as heavy.
Which is true, right? Because these bigger bikes are heavy, and that's why we kind of got away from them.
Mhm.
Even though I will say, folks, I would go back to a C14 tomorrow. I had no problem with that motorcycle. We had a lot of fun on that bike. Jamie didn't like the seat as much after she got the Versus seat.
Well, the seat and the seating position, because my knees were bent, and I'm not a tall person, so I can't imagine a pillion that had longer legs than me riding on it for any length of time, because my legs would just seize up.
So, when we started looking at the Versus, we wanted to lose a little weight, which we did with the Versus, but it's still a heavy motorcycle, as is the NT. But now it seems like so there is one bike left in this genre, and we do like it.
We don't like the price tag.
Yeah.
But honestly, in looking at that and looking at the NT, I prefer the NT because it's leaner, sleeker. It doesn't have that big front end.
And I agree to a sense. I do. I love this motorcycle. I got to ride one.
He won't let me sit on one.
No, because I think that she would be wanting to want. I mean, because if you look at the picture, the pillion part of this motorcycle is amazing. And look, the 1300 RT, it is a great bike, and it's got every bell and whistle that you could ever want on a motorcycle. We paid $14,400 out the door for our NT. You would double that plus add some more to ride the RT. So not disappointed at all, but there's really like one sport touring motorcycle out there. Some people would say the BMW 1600, that's a big motorcycle. That's a touring motorcycle in my sense of the word. So
yeah, honestly, when it came to the BMW, I'd rather have the RT.
Yeah, we didn't consider that. Now, I will say I was very happy. The Goldwing is amazing, and
someday, folks.
Right, someday. And so, Joe, you have a good point here. So the RS, and we're going to talk about that here in a minute, right? So what we're going to do is we go to what the sport touring genre is now, right? The BMW RS is a prime example, right? So sportier looking, lighter, the 1100 Kawasaki, the Moto Guzzi V100, which you ride now, Joe, the Suzuki adventure bike, and I love the KTM 1290 GT, but it is not a two-up sport touring motorcycle. And the more you look at these bikes, like we sat on the Suzuki GX, we sat on the Yamaha Tracer, didn't sit on the Kawasaki, and we didn't sit on the Moto Guzzi, but there is just not a lot of room for two up.
And sat on the African Twin. But that's more of the adventure.
Yeah, that's the adventure. And the African Twin, it wasn't the seat that was the issue. It was more of...
It was the bags.
The bags and that sort of thing. And Joe, I really had high hopes for the RS. And the thing that kept me from the RS when it first came out was it's too short. It's too low to the ground. I really felt cramped in it. We have friends that have them and they love the bike, but that peg to seat ratio is not made for a 6'2" person. It just was. I really wanted to love that motorcycle.
Most people look for shorter bikes. You're the anomaly.
That thing just crunched me up. I felt like I was in a torture chamber, and I really, because I love the Boxer, and folks, I enjoy BMW motorcycles. If money was no object, I'd probably have an RT, or I'd have a GS. I'll be honest with you, the best two-up sport touring motorcycle I've ever ridden is a GS, and the problem is just the price tag, right? Is just crazy.
We just haven't chosen to go there,
and we just I just would. Yeah, there's other things I'd rather spend money on. Yeah, and Joe, you're right. The thing that if you did get it, you could get I just hate having to do so much to a motorcycle to make it something that I want to ride. And again,
We like to ride it out the door.
yeah, I'm not a wrench, folks, and I want to put stuff on it and I want to go ride it. And but there are a few left, and some of you may not consider these sport touring motorcycles, but the NT has been great. It's great 2-up. It's plenty of power. Again, the DCT is not everybody's thing. It's I get that. The Kawasaki Versus 1100. To be honest with you, we love that motorcycle.
Yeah, I did not want to get rid of the Versus. I was great with the Versus. I loved my seat. I loved everything about it. I didn't want to like the NT, but I do. It's actually very comfortable. It doesn't have it still doesn't have as much room as the Versus did between the top case and Jerry. So we're a little more cramped in.
I think that is too because of the way the pad is on the top case.
I had one on the other too.
I know you had one, but it's just the way it's slanted, I think.
Yeah.
I also think that the way it sits up, it's a little closer to you. We need to ride it with just like the tail bag on it and see what you would think about that. Because I think that would give you a little more room too. But again, I was the one who just got the bug. I needed a new motorcycle because the Versus was fine. It was
He needed a new bike.
You guys know how. Right? Didn't need one, but I wanted one. The Triumph 800 also has a lot of room, and it would be another bike that I think we would look at. Some people would say it's a little underpowered for 2-up. Look, we rode a V-Strom 650 for 8 months, 9 months, 2-up. And yes, you did have to calculate when to pass.
Yes.
But it was fine, and it did great for 2-up, and we were very happy. We rode a Triumph Trophy 900 that had not much more power than the 650 Versus. I mean, and we put 78,000 miles on that motorcycle. So there are a few sport touring bikes left, and don't get me wrong, I like where the sport touring market's going.
Yeah.
If I was riding by myself, there are a number of bikes out there that I would be very happy with. But for 2-up sport touring motorcycles, it's getting more limited.
Yeah, there are fewer options.
And maybe we're not old enough to go to the full-blown touring bike. I do like the Goldwing, the white, black, and red Goldwing. I could live, and I could have one in my garage.
Yeah, we just have a mini Goldwing now.
But we have a mini Goldwing now. So folks, tell us what is your favorite sport? Now, I will say, if I was riding by myself, I would have what Joe's riding, and that is the Moto Guzzi V100. That bike is awesome. And it's not a speed demon. And when you shift it into first gear, it feels like a truck. But other than that, I think that would be one of the bikes I would look at. But I'd probably look at a whole bunch of other things. A Triumph 800.
Sure you would.
I will say a friend of ours dropped their truck and trailer off at our house today, and one of them rides a 1300 BMW, and one of them rides a new Triumph 1200 Explorer. That Triumph. The Triumph 1200 is amazing.
I haven't seen it yet, so maybe when they come back to pick up their trailer, I can see it.
It looked great, and it has all the bells and whistles. Look, it's not cheap either. It's $26,000, but it's
BMW, right?
No, Triumph.
Oh, Triumph.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was pretty cool. So, what do you guys think? Do you like the way the sport touring market's going? Do you ride 2-up? Because it doesn't matter to you. Some people don't care because you're not riding 2-up.
If you're 2-up, what do you ride?
Exactly. If you're 2-up, what do you ride? Tell us what your sport. And I know a lot of guys. One of the guys in the MSTA, Lou and his wife Kathy, they ride a GS. They love that. So there's lots of options out there. So the next thing we're going to talk about is Jamie and her scooter. We're actually going to get her out on it for the Byway Boogie later this month, or
next month.
Next month. I think the only thing that we want to do is we are going to add, I need to add a battery tender to her scooter, just because in the wintertime, she's not going to ride. She's not a cold weather rider.
I'm a fair weather rider. Now, with that said, we were planning to do the ride to eat this weekend, and I was going to take my scooter. But I think Mother Nature has decided that that may not happen.
It looks like we may need an arc for that.
Yeah, we're supposed to start getting rain on Friday and go through Saturday and Sunday, but we'll see. Sometimes she rains herself out, and if that's the case, then I'll be on the scooter on Sunday.
Then we're going to do that. So, another thing I wanted to talk about. So the people who do ride with your wives, I know I rode with Carrie and RJ when I was up in Williamsport, and they each ride their own bike. Is it nerve-wracking to you to ride with your wife? And my thing is, it's not because I don't trust her and I know she can ride. It's just I think I spend a lot of time worrying about.
He worries about the other people.
Yeah, so I
just like I do with you.
Yeah, I guess so. And it's one of those things that I've just got to get over. But yeah, we're looking forward to getting out on the scooter. We're going to be, like I said, doing the Byway Boogie. Next year, we will be doing some more summer stuff and we'll be able to take both bikes. So we're kind of looking forward to all that and everything. But, I don't know if you guys have the same feeling when you're riding with your spouses, but, what does that feel like, to you guys? So, we'll see how that goes. But we're hoping to get her on it in the next couple of weeks. We'll have her on it a little bit. Speaking of the Byway Boogie, for those of you who are around the area, we have a new rally. It's an updated rally.
There you go.
The Byway Boogie, what used to be in Clarksville, we've changed it. Bob Burdette is taking it over in Hot Springs, and it's in Hot Springs Village. You can still sign up for it. If you go to the Ride MSTA website, go to the calendar, click on Byway Boogie. You can get to the entry form. It's a free rally, so there's no payment. We're going to have we're in conjunction with the Antique Motorcycle Club, and it'll be a great time. We're hoping the weather hangs out, does good. We should have good colors.
Is there a block of hotel rooms?
There is hotel rooms. So if you go to the website, you'll be able to get hotel rooms. I think I talked to Brad and Janine, and I think we are actually going to camp now. So they're in the campground. So I think we may run down and camp. But either way, we're going to be there one way or the other. So
depends on the temperature.
That's true.
Fair weather camper here too. I don't like to freeze.
We have heaters and stuff in the cargo trailer, so it'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. So
we'll see.
But Byway Boogie, if you guys have it, if you guys can make it, that would be fantastic. I know that we've got 25 people signed up already. So it's going to be a great event. So if you get a chance, come down to Hot Springs Village in Arkansas and get one last ride in before the weather changes. Because I know you guys up north in November, you're probably getting a little chilly to be riding.
Yeah.
So with that being said, last weekend we went and did some camping at Rendezvous in the Ozarks. And I've had a lot of people asking me about our rig and how, because we usually trailer the motorcycles and then we camp on that. So I will be doing a video for that, kind of a walk around of the rig of what we have, because I think we've found a good mix.
We have several options when it comes to camping in what we want to do.
Right. And so like this event here is a big off-road event, and we took the Taj Mahal. So if you guys can't, I'm going to highlight the Taj Mahal, this thing right here. You can see it right there.
It's the big purple beast.
It is huge. It is a 6-person tent. It is enough for more than what we need, but it's great if we're just going to be someplace for an extended period of time,
which is what we call base camping.
Right. And it's really nice because then we could take the rig out, because if you have the rooftop tent on it, you have to close the rig up and and that's not a problem either. But it was kind of nice having the base camp. And I'll
Mhm.
kind of show you what we're talking about here. So this is what we call camping. You guys see this right here? That's a queen size 18-inch mattress that we use when we're glamping like this.
Yeah, I was going to say most people would call this glamping.
And it's great for base camping.
Yep.
We went through, there was probably 20 to 25 mile an hour straight line winds while we were there.
Gosh.
And we did put the awning up because we didn't want it blowing away.
Yep.
But the tent was fine and we had a great time. And it is a great way to mix motorcycling and camping together to do this. So for those of you who, look, it's great to camp on the motorcycle, and I love to camp on the motorcycle, but it's also nice when you trailer someplace. Like we went to Star, we trailered to Star, got to camp, but then rode. It's a good way to have the best of both worlds.
Yeah, and especially if you're taking the bike with you in the trailer, then, you know, after you've cleaned up for the day, sometimes you don't want to get back on that bike. And so you can take the truck and go into town and get something to eat. And so and then you don't have to worry about the traffic and the deer and all of the things.
So I'll be doing kind of a little, because we've had a couple people asking about the rig and kind of setting up, but we'll talk about that a little bit. Now, I will say on this trip, we did do some trail riding, which was great. We got to get out and get a little dirty, and it's always fun to do that on these sorts of trips. But we really had a good time doing that. But again, for the motorcycle trips, you're not worried as much about that sort of thing.
And you're working on putting a video together for that, right?
For what?
For last weekend?
No, I didn't even take a camera with me. So I'm going to do a blog thing, but yeah, we don't have. And part of the reason, look, just like the motorcycle thing, the overland thing is all about the people, right? Just the cool people that you get to meet. We thought we were going to get rained out. Don't get me wrong, it did rain pretty good.
It did. We got caught in big rain in Ozarks, but I was glad we were in the Jeep and not on the bike.
But we got to, So like I said, these overland things remind me a lot of motorcycling. It's just a different bit of exploring and everything.
Yep.
I will never stop riding a motorcycle, but I also will never stop camping because I really enjoy doing that. And when Jamie and I plan on next year, I know we want to do Canaan Valley. That would be another trip we wouldn't mind doing.
I would like to go back up there.
That's one of our favorites. I think we're going to try to do Paonia in Colorado at the BMW rally. And then we've got some other trips planned. So we'll be jumping around out there. But
I'm trying to talk him into taking me out to Zion and Moab.
Which would be a good motorcycle trip. Maybe we'll schedule that and just spend a week or
I'm thinking
weeks.
Both. We trailer the bikes out there, and then we get to do a little bit of four-wheeling and two-wheeling.
Both, yeah. So anybody want to join us in Utah next year? And that would be a lot of fun.
Reach out, and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, Joe, get your brothers to join us in Utah. And it's some great riding. We'll have to talk more about that. So, folks, we have been doing this for about 30 minutes. So we want to just say thank you again for all of your support. Over 1,500 subscribers on the YouTube channel.
Woo-hoo!
So really do appreciate you guys doing that. Thanks for watching the videos and that sort of thing. We really do. Joe. So get your brothers, man. Let's go to Utah. Let's go ride motorcycles in Utah. That would be fun. So next week will we be here next week? Yep, we'll be here next week.
Well, next week I actually have conferences again on Wednesday night.
So I will probably do the show by myself, or we'll do I don't know. We may record it. We'll have to figure that out. So I know most of you guys are here to see her. So I don't
better
know.
half, right?
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to go, but maybe we'll have a conversation. Maybe I'll have somebody else on. I don't know. We'll talk about that. But hey, do us a favor. Go, do the ring the bell.
Thumbs up, ring the bell,
do all that.
all those YouTube things. When you ring the bell, guys, if you are not subscribed, when you ring the bell, it lets you know that we have content coming out. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. It just helps us. And if you
free.
have subscribed, thank you. We really appreciate you guys.
We really do appreciate it. And make sure you check out all of our socials and all that. You'll see us on the MSTA website. I mean, the group page on Facebook. You'll see us on our own page. But
we're just all over the place.
We're just all over the place. And then let us know what you guys want to hear from us. If you know, what do you want to, what conversations do you want to have? Do you want to, oh, look, our other cat's making a debut.
Ritzy's making another debut.
And so just let us know what you guys think. And again, we really do appreciate all of you guys. And next year we have SAR in Arkansas. So please be on the lookout for that. And I guess that's about it.
That is.
So until next week, everybody, be safe, be kind. Happy motorcycling.
Bye.
Bye.